Here we have Buddha sitting under the pipal tree, which he attained enlightenment after obtaining the knowledge on how to reach nirvana. He remained beneath the tree another week, contemplating the nature of the tree and muttering its beauty. You see here
The lotus.
snakes giving wisdom to Buddha.
And we know who the serpent is, the snake who gives wisdom.
You also have snake underneath them as well, coiled up, kind of reminiscent of the Garden of Eden, with the snake there tempting Adam and Eve with knowledge. Now, this is not the only thing you can find like this. There's actually a lot of this. Usually the snakes are almost always in these type of pictures of Buddha. Not all of them, but often. You also have the dragon, although this is difficult to see here. This is a dragon's face. Dragons are often very common with Buddha pictures. This is a celestial Buddha here. I'm wondering if these are the supposed to be the snakes themselves, because often it will have little snakes pointing in. This is sort of like dragon, more dragons behind him. Here you see demons around him, often with bird faces and such. And I'm going to play a video in a minute here from a guy who's basically exposing Buddha. You see this demon above him, which looks like Baphomet. It's also both sexes. But it has a bird's face and bird's feet, which also commonly you'll find certain older depictions of the devil as having a bird's face. Okay, and this actually also echoes back to Egyptian hieroglyphics of Hermes or Thoth, which is the false god of knowledge. Maybe I should pull that up. You have the emerald tablets of Thoth, which were found at the top of the pyramid in Giza, and you have this fallen angel. I'm suspecting a cherubim that was giving this knowledge to Hermes Trismegistus, which was a prophet, alleged child of this god. Okay, and these emerald tablets are written in Phoenician, which is Paleo-Hebrew. Paleo-Hebrew is what the original Hebrew Old Testament was written in. It's considered the language of heaven. Of course, if you have fallen angels, they would speak the original language of heaven, which would be Paleo-Hebrew. I'm trying to find a better picture of how it's written, so you get an idea there. It's written on an emerald tablet, literally. And you know, a lot of people think, oh, this is just fairy tales. No, actually, it has a bird's face, the exact same as this. This has a bird's face. Okay? And I've already found actually some connections, not even really looking a lot into this. You see a lot of connections. I read some stuff already that connects it sort of back to the Egyptian religions. The lotus, the universal symbol of the lotus, which is what Buddha is
Sitting on the lotus.
Okay. And I think it's sort of a false Holy Spirit.
A lot of people into witchcraft
you know
and darker things love lotuses.
Something I forgot to mention real quick here. The lotus is a twofold type of divine and human hermaphrodite. So again, you have this Baphomet type of concept. You see here. Get to where it shows it. There you go. It's Baphomet concept of hermaphrodite when being dual sex, so basically pointing to that. And then also it mentioned about the sun being the center. Where is it at? Here we go. The universe evolving from a central sun. Now, this may not sound like anything to people when they just read this and are not aware of sort of the history of this mystery, but the emerald tablets of Thoth say the exact same thing. I pulled those up a minute ago. Here we go. They say that everything comes from the sun. S-U-N. Okay? And this is
That's bogus.
Nimrod. Nimrod is the sun god.
Nimrod.
Semiramis is the moon god. Okay?
That's what Christmas really over.
And,
Nimrod. The first one to go against God
and Galileo
and get the whole world to go along with him.
Hermeticists, which means they were followers of Hermes or Thoth. They're the same false god.
As a human, not Satan. Satan was the first one, but as a human, Nimrod was.
Knowledge and good and evil. Okay, see how this stuff all ties in. Copernicus and Galileo both were reading the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and that's where they got their concept of heliocentrism.
That's why you can't listen to the philosophers. They all is BS.
Everything worships the sun or derives from the sun. Okay? This is where Copernicus originally got his idea to have the Earth spinning around the sun. Was from the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Okay?
Didn't see it.
Here, this is the lotus symbol, which is sort of universal between all these various religions. And the lotus symbol is saying we came from a central sun. It also is, it points to this hermaphrodite being symbology. And so we have here the lotus, and we have here this demon, which is a hermaphrodite, which is equivalent in symbology. So that lotus flower or this are equivalent, and both of them are in these various Buddha murals or paintings or whatever you want to call them. So I just thought I'd point that out real quick. Okay, 4 angels or genie, 4 quarters of heaven. So we see here, just like what we see with the Sudra Dracula, like the Book of Enoch, and all these books that the church essentially tried to close doors on. I mean, the Book of Enoch was pretty much lost until it was the late 1700s, I think it was, when it was rediscovered in Africa. The Catholic Church pretty much got rid of it. And 2nd Esdras chapter 13 predicts that they would get rid of these books. These books would be hidden. We call it also the Apocrypha in the term of